Hi Sewist and aspiring Sewist, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doyen, and in this tutorial video I'm going to be taking you through the concluding part of how I achieved this jean trouser you are seeing on your screen. If this is your first time coming across my channel, this is me saying welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to be recommending you to the part 1 and part 2 of this jean trouser tutorial. So you want to check for part 1 and part 2 before going on with this particular video. So for my returning subscribers, then you already know where we stopped in the last video, so let's continue from where we stopped. The next step here is to properly align this together. So this is the front part of my jean trouser, and we need to shape in the waist part of this front part. So I'm just going to be placing the back side on the front part, just as seen in this video. Mind you, the hip area is actually the same, so I'm just going to leave that and in shaping that of the front bodies. And the reason why we are shaping that of the front bodies is because we actually added an extension to the pocket area, which I need to shape back. Do you remember? Please, if you cannot remember, please go back to the previous video to actually check what we did there. So I'm just going to be shaping this waist area to fit into the measurements we have on the back bodies, then pin down just as you can see in this video. So after that, I went ahead to separate the pins, and this is the back side of my pant trouser. So I'm just going to go ahead to take my waist measurement. So the allowance I actually calculated for the side joining is 1 inch. So, but regardless, I'm just going to measure what is on my waist, and my waist is 26 inches. So here I'm going to just mark whatever allowance is here, and take out the 13 inches that is needed. So just because jean shirts, you might actually have a reduction in your allowance. So my allowance was on 1 inch, but I'm still going to maintain that 1 inch on my hip side and on the side of my jean, just because I want my jean to be firm on my body, not too free. And I'm working with a stretchy jean, so regardless of whatsoever, it is still fitting. So I'm just going to be working with that same 1 inch that I already calculated while cutting in the video. So I'm going to mark 1 inch on the sides repeatedly. I'm going to repeat that on this other side as well. Next thing here is I'm going to be connecting the parts together. So this is the back side, and then I'm going to be placing the front side on it, just as seen in this video. So the joining of this tie part is going to be towards the right face. So this is the right face of both the front and the back body. So I'm going to be connecting them together. So at this point, make sure that the joining here aligns together. That was why I had to pin it. Then I'm going to be pinning this other one, just as seen in this video. So if there will be any excess, the excess will be towards the downside, towards this ankle area. So I'm just going to be pinning just as seen in this video. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. So the allowance for sewing will be 0.75. So I'm just going to be marking that here, 0.75, just as measured in this video. So I'm going to sew from one end to the other end. So when you get to this joining point, make sure that you reverse it very well and continue your stitch. So because I'm going to be folding towards the back side of my jean trouser, I am going to be reducing on the back side. So remember what we did previously. I am going to be reducing this to the minimum. I'm going to be reducing to the minimum. So the essence of this, just like I explained in the previous video, is just so that your fold is lighter, and so that you are not having to ride on a thick surface. I don't know if you understand. So by reducing this, we're going to be having a lighter surface to fold on. Do you get what I'm trying to say? You're going to be having a lighter surface to fold on. So I'm just going to be reducing this to the barest minimum. So this is the other part that is that has not been trimmed, is what we are going to be folding, rather than double folding. So just like I did for the back side, I am going to be pinning this part first, because there is a joining here and I don't want any form of alternation around here. So I'm just going to pin this down, just so that the joining can be well formed, so that there is no form of alternation around here. So I'm going to make sure that this part is secured before any other thing. So once this part is already secured, then I can decide to start my sewing from any other angle. and you can try to start your sewing from there too. So I'm just going to carefully fold, just normal folding, and the folding allowance is about 0.25. I think I explained it in the previous video. So I'm just going to carefully fold all through and make sure that whatever I'm folding is the same all round. Like whatever I start, whatever the folding allowance is when I started it, I have to end with it. So I'll just try to make sure that I maintain the same 0.25 allowance. So when you get to this point, you want to also reverse at this point. So this point might be quite hard, but just make sure that you try to reverse it. So I'm just going to sew downward. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So you can see the clearer view from the video. So the next thing here will be to sew on the side of my chain trouser. So I'm just going to take out my pin and sew on the allowance that we have on both sides. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I went ahead to weave on the side, just as you can see, and then I'm going to turn this over to the right face. So the next thing I'm going to do right here is to trim the flap allowance. So the next thing after that, I'm going to measure what I have round. So from this point, I'm going to measure round, and whatever I have would be what I'm going to be cutting out for my waistband. So from that point to this point, what we have here is 28.5. So I took out the leftover fabric, and then I took out the rough edges. My waist is 28.5, then I added 1 inch for seam allowance. So I marked the point here. So what I have measured here is 29.5. So I decided to cut out the 29.5 here. So for the wideness of my band, I am going to be working. I need 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to be adding 1 inch to that. So what I measure here is 2.5 inches. So by the time I'm done sewing and everything, I should be left with 1.5 inches. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to cut out what we have here. This is my waistband, which is measured as 29.5 inches. And mind you, I'm working with the stretchy part of the fabric for the circumference, which automatically means I can reduce it at any point because of the stretchiness. The next thing here is the belt strap. So for the belt strap, I am going to be needing 5 pieces of it. So for the length, I'm going to be measuring 3 inches for the length of my belt strap. So I decided to mark 3 inches here, and then I'm going to just cut out what we have here. For the width of the belt strap, I am going to be working with 1.25. 1.25 multiplied by 2 is 2.5. So I'm going to just cut out 2.5 and make a double fold just like this. So we have 4 pieces already, and then I'm just going to cut out the remaining parts, which is 1.25. So we have 3 pieces of the belt strap. So I'm just going to be folding it like a strap. Next, this is how I'm going to be folding the strap. I make a fold on the left and on the right, and then I connect it together just as you can see in the video. And then I'm going to make a straight stitch. I'm also going to do the same thing on the other one. So the stitch is going to be doubled. I'm going to make my first stitch, and I'm going to make the second stitch. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing on the rest. So now that I am done stitching the strap, I'm going to be assigning them different. So the first one is going to come to the back at the side. I'm going to just run stitch here. The next one is going to be around here. So from the side joining, I'm going to measure 1 inch away from the side joining towards the back. Then I'm going to mark the points here. Then I'm going to be attaching the second strap. The third strap is also going to be on the side. So from the side joining of the other side, I'm going to come in by 1 inch and mark that point here. So this is where the third strap is going to be. So I'm just going to make my double reversal stitch here. The fourth strap is going to be somewhere here. So I'm going to measure 0.5 inch away from this side pocket here. So this is where the strap is going to be, and I'm also going to do the same thing for the other side as well. So the strap is going to be close to where the side pockets are. So just like I said, I went ahead to repeat the same thing here, and this is the 5th strap. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. Next thing is my waistband. So I am going to go ahead to fold in on an allowance of 0.5 on each side of the band. I'm just going to go ahead to fold in and then iron it. So after folding, I'm going to position my band, one part of my band like this from inside. Then I left an allowance of 0.5 before attaching the band. Then I pinned it down. Also on the other end, I left an allowance of 0.5. Then I pinned it as well, just as you can see in this video. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to sew this round. So I'm going to be sewing this round. So after sewing, the next thing I'm going to do is connect the other side of the band together. So this is the other side of the band. So the folded part of the band, I'm going to attach it downward like this. Remember that we left an allowance of 0.5, so I'm going to be connecting it together just as you can see me do right here. So the folded part is what is at the downside, which is what you can see here. Then on this other part, the remaining allowance of 0.5, I'm going to be sewing on it, which is what you can also see me do right here. So I'm going to just sew straight down. So at this point, I took a turn downwards and I concluded my stitch. So the parts at the downside is also folded, just like we did when we started. So after sewing, I'm just going to trim out this little allowance so that it is not too thick. And then I'm going to be turning this over to the right face. So while doing that, make sure that you're using your scissors to smoothen the edges, just like I am doing in this video, so as to make sure that it is not bulging. So this is what it looks like. So you can see that the band is turned over to the right face on the folded part. So the next thing we're just going to be doing here is to sew on the band. So we're going to start by sewing from this point. So one thing I'm going to say is, if you're going to be sewing on your waistband and you're working with a stretchy jean fabric, I will say that for your waistband, use the non-stretchy part for the circumference of the waistband, because my sewing was quite tacky at this point because of the stretchiness of the waistband. I just had to come through. And another alternative that might work is adding a stay to the band, but I don't like the idea of a stay on the band so that it is not too thick for me. So this is what I was able to come up with. So I believe that by the time I give it a proper ironing, it would be smoothing. So the next thing I'm just going to do here is to run my second stitch. So I'm just going to start from this point and then sew towards the top side of my band. So while sewing, I made sure that I was stretching it so that it is properly balanced. So I did that all through till I got to the last point. So after sewing, this is what the band looks like. This is how it is looking like. So the next thing I'm just going to be doing here is to tack my strap. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be attaching the strap like this. Then I'm going to be reversing it. So after stitching at the top, I am going to relax the strap like this. So this is how it is, but then I am going to relax it like this and then stitch it again on this down part. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to repeat the same process on the rest of the straps. So after sewing, this is what we have. This is what it is looking like. So you can see that it is actually not difficult, something that you can achieve. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to mark my buttonholes allowance, which is about 1 inch here, which is what I marked here. So I'm going to go ahead to fix my buttonholes. I went ahead to also trim off the excesses at the downside, because I'm going to be folding in the downside of my trouser. So I'm going to be folding an allowance of 1 inch. So after fixing my buttonholes and folding the downside of my chain, this is what we have. This is what it is looking like. So the next thing to fix here is the button. So I'm going to be working with a chain button. So I'm just going to mark that point here. So I went ahead to create a little O around here. The button I'm working with has a screw. So this is the button and this is the screw. So I'm just going to insert the screw from behind, then position the button on it like this. So I'm going to be hitting the screw part of the button. So you don't need to hit it too hard, just hit it slightly and then you have your button secured already. So this brings us to the final part of this jean trouser series. If you enjoyed every bit of it, please kindly let me know in the comment section. And if you're subscribe, please subscribe. It's not YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this particular video. And if you try to make this, please kindly tag me, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.